Moto E is moments away, and their first race of the weekend here at the Dutch TT in the Assen circuit. Welcome to the racing action. Hello everybody, the race is about to get underway. We're just having to do some live editing, so I apologise with how bad this is going to look for the first 30 seconds of the broadcast because we've got no way of taking it off, and you need to see the messages boards. So I'm currently now having to do a live edit, which does not look professional at all. I do apologise, but it won't last long. There we go. See? Not long at all. Hello everybody, welcome to all of the action for the Formula E, the Moto E race today. About to go away for 8 laps, and fingers crossed it's going to be a very exciting battle down towards turn number 1. The race is about to get underway. The riders are set, so are we. They will move off the positioning, and when we get underway, race 1 of the Moto E here in the Dutch TT is under starters orders. Lights on. Green flag, come on, come on, come on. Where are those lights? Lights on. Lights out, we're racing. Good start from Matteo Cassidy. Coming through in the middle is Andrea Mantovani. Spinelli tries to come through on the inside line. Hasn't worked out. Jordi Torres drops back into about 4th position coming into turn 1. Cassidy leads the way and does so, holding that advantage that he has at the front of the field. So a good, strong start, a good, strong initiative as well to keep going as they come back up through in the middle half of the race. And so far, so good then as they come through into the first time. The heavy braker zone at turn 3, a very heavy wide bike. They all just like to sort of try and take it a little bit off backwards, but so far so good as they come down into the braking zone, into the Ruskin hook, and so far so good. So a positive change around at the moment as they come through. Let's check in with what they're saying on the international feed as well.
For Zacconi, he does pull it off cleanly on Ferrari, so Zacconi winner here last year in race 2. He's making his way forward here on lap 1.
See the bright blue and yellow bike there that really stands out. That's Ferrari. Looked like he got a bit punctured there. He's just going underneath Lorenzo Baldassarri.
Yeah, I think he made contact with the rear tyre of the machine in front, which I think was Zacconi. And Baldassarri did think about a move up the inside into turn 9, but got better off it in the end.
They make their way then onto the fastest part of the circuit here in Assen, up towards the fast left-hand, the ram's hook on the approach to the chicane for the first time. A bit out of shape there for Mantovani.
Yeah, just a little bit out of shape as well. The bike's shaking around several times, trying to get it back up into racing order, and it wasn't exactly the best. Cassidy leads, Mantovani, Zacconi as well moves ahead of Zanini for 5th and 6th positions as well. So just a few changes between the two. Let's head back to the international feed.
Baldassarri, Granado, the Brazilian, is in 9th ahead of Hector Garceau. A couple of walking wounded there in 9th and 10th.
Yeah, good to see Granado back on the grid though. Jump start for Maria Herrera. That's a double long lap penalty. That's pretty much going to ruin her day. Not going to come back from there. She's done a 15th after lap 1, but 2 times around the long lap loop will cost.
Yeah, in a 7-lap race, it certainly will. These two are still properly scrapping for 3rd, Spinelli and Torres, and they're being joined there by Zacconi.
Torres going to tough it out on the outside, elbow to elbow, down into the bolt.
Torres on the inside line, then he'll hold on, number 81, up ahead of 61, Zacconi out front. Cassidy still leads, but Mantovani certainly keeping him honest. You can just see Cassidy's on board, looking back to Mantovani, top left of your picture as we look at Torres here and Zacconi fighting for 4th.
Torres does like to smoke the rear tyre on the exit of turn 11. He did turn it back inside Zacconi. Nicely done, but he's using a lot of rubber to fight off his Italian rival.
This is a proper step forward for Mantovani. When he started the season last year, he's a bit out of sorts, took his time to get going, then he picked up a couple of really big results at the back end of last year and looks the real deal now.
Yeah, I spoke to Chaz Davies about him this morning. He said he's really happy with the bike. Something's changed, whether it's the setup, the lighter machine, but he's much happier, much more consistent. He was a World Superbike winner here last year, Mantovani, in a red flag race around the Assen circuit, so fond memories of this place for him, and he's looking in proper contention for a victory here at Moto E today.
Yeah, he's... oh, and there's a mistake from Casadei through turn 5. Mantovani then there on the Clint Forward Racing machine, second. In the background, Jordi Torres has moved up to third ahead of Spinelli. Zacconi fifth, Ferrari now up to sixth.
Yeah, Torres on the previous lap, he looked like he wanted to get forward. These two have got a comfortable margin at the front, 1.1 seconds, but already on this lap, Torres making some inroads, and Zacconi looking at the rear wheel of Spinelli. Not quite on this occasion.
There's a big group then just following them in. You can see number 21 Zanoni, Ferrari, Baldassari and Granado all still potentially in pursuit of pinching third place. Track limits warning already though for Balda, number 7, as we look at your leading duo. Again, smoking the rear tyre there is Torres.
It looks good on that section of the racetrack, but it is using a lot of rubber as he tries to get back across. Making some inroads on this lap, but there, sector 3 actually, it's eked out a little bit, another 2/10 advantage to the lead duo.
Through the get to a chicane, number 61 through on 29. That's Zacconi then up into 4th place as we cross the line again. Casadei cannot shake off Mantovani, and a great scrap going on now for 3rd place as Zacconi looks to try and charge through. Spinelli up the inside on the approach to turn 1.
Spinelli fights back, big mistake for Ferrari on the brakes. Almost collected the rear wheel of Zacconi. Wow. You've got to be careful coming across the backside of the curve. Baldassari takes advantage of Ferrari's mistake there.
Ferrari, 2 DNFs in Le Mans, can ill afford 0 points here today. Round turn 5 here on this 4th lap. To the back straight, still no front wheel seen from Mantovani on Casadei.
I think Mantovani's perhaps keeping his powder dry just yet. He's certainly in striking distance. There's the move from Zacconi, sorry. He looked at it the previous lap around on Spinelli and pulled it off with ease.
Torres in 3rd, desperate for Casadei and Mantovani just to engage a little to try and get that gap back down so that there's a bigger fight for victory at the moment though. Casadei and Mantovani, sector by sector, are just pulling a 10th away from the chasing pack.
The Clint Forward factory racing rider, as they call it, in Moto E, looking, I think, strong here. Just what we've seen from him on the brakes, able to take out a few bike lengths on the Casadei. He's had the advantage of looking at him all race long.
The Aruba Cloud rider, Alessandro Zacconi, number 61 here, trying to get through on Jordi Torres. Perhaps feels like in the closing stages he may be able to hunt down Casadei and Mantovani.
Sorry, making moves on Zanoni. Likewise, Ferrari slipping through into turn 1.
It's Ferrari then up into 7th place. Track limits warnings now for 2 or 3 riders. To turn 5. Still Casadei from Mantovani.
It is only one trip onto the green team, and you get a warning here, I believe, in Moto E, similar to the sprint race in MotoGP. So you've got to be careful. Get one more go at it, and it is a trip around the penalty lane that you go on 3 times.
As things stand, with the flag out now, Casadei would increase his championship lead to 12 points over Mantovani. So Mantovani will surely have a look somewhere. Is he just biding his time? He's had a good look at Casadei in these opening 4 laps.
Slightly disappointing race for Hector Garzo, down in 10th. The current champion from last season had a good weekend here at Aston last year, but not quite working. It's obviously a different scenario this season with the lighter bike, and yeah, not quite working for the Spanish rider.
Number 40 Casadei, number 9 Mantovani, the 2 Italians going at it here, and still no move from Mantovani. He's been close enough to have a look on a couple of occasions, but seems quite content to sit in 2nd for now.
Yeah, no attempt at a pass as yet. Doesn't want to show his hand, although looking there that he had the run, could have perhaps lined to move up into turn 1, and fastest lap of the race for Andrea Mantovani. Last time around 39.7. He's got something left here. We will see an attempt on Casadei's lead over this last 2 laps.
2 laps to go in this Moto E race 1 in Assen. Mantovani's lap there, just a 10th off the all-time lap record. And again, not even interested in having a look into turn 5. Glued to the back wheel of Casadei.
Casadei will have had the signal as he crossed the line from his pit crew. He'll know Mantovani's there. You can sense the rider there, even though there's no engine noise as you get with a conventional combustion engine. You can sense someone right on your rear wheel, and Casadei will need to protect over the last lap and a half.
Again, they're just quite happy to get the run. In third place, Ciccone moves up ahead of Jordi Torres. There's no time for them to catch Casadei and Mantovani, but that battle for third will rage on. Spinelli's still in that as well. Finello's crashed. I'm presuming that will have been at turn 5.
It is. Ooh. Looks like it's been a collision with Bernardi. Luca Bernardi on the other Aruba Cloud machine.
A bit of Italian gesturing going on there. Mantovani then, oh, he's getting closer now to Casadei. Remember, there's 1 lap to go when we cross the line next. Has Mantovani just been building, ready to try and poach a victory on this final lap? We're about to find out.
Switch from Casadei on the exit of the Ramshoek. Where's the move coming, Steve? I don't think it's going to be turn 1 on this occasion, but Mantovani certainly looked in the middle part of the lap. He was as strong, or maybe stronger than Casadei.
He looks faster mid-corner, doesn't he? I'm just wondering whether or not he might attempt to move into turn 5, because he's going to build speed here. He's taken a nice sort of wide sweeping approach to turns 3 and 4. Is he close enough, though, to have a look up the inside into turn 5? No.
Blocked off by Casadei.
Oh, he's down! The championship leader has gone down through turn 5. And almost Mantovani ran into him as well. What a mistake on the final lap.
Yeah, he entered slightly tighter than on previous laps. Didn't want to give the opportunity for Mantovani, and in the end crashed of his own accord. Pressure from the man chasing in behind, but look at this from behind. There is a potential potential victory challenge here from Andrea Ciccone on the final lap.
Huge mistake then from the championship leader. Mantovani almost ran into that danger as well, and you're right, Ciccone has closed that gap, but there's only half a lap remaining, less than that in fact, as we come up to the fastest part of the circuit. Mantovani's just got to hold his own here, and it will be victory for the number 9. Any mistake though, and Ciccone is there to pick up the pieces in second.
Yeah, I think Mantovani, when he's seen Casadei crash, he's rolled up a little bit, but yeah, he's putting himself under pressure. I think he's got enough of a buffer, but 1 more lap and Andrea Ciccone is coming.
We head round then to this final sector and up towards the Geert Timmer chicane. A good effort from Ciccone, but the checkered flag is waving, and the Clint forward factory rider Andrea Mantovani is going to take glory. A win and a championship lead for Mantovani ahead of Ciccone, with Jordi Torres in third. The move was likely going to come on that final lap at some stage, Michael, but in the end he didn't even need to pull it off.
Yeah, didn't need to attempt. Casadei under pressure from behind, cracked a little. Obviously he'll be frustrated having rode such a strong race to the final lap, but Mantovani, the victor today, and full credit.
Yeah, we'll hear from the top 3 and get all the reaction in a few minutes when we come back from the break here in Athens.